just one movie. This is not my Jackie Brown, because I think Inglourious is my Jackie Brown. But this is right behind it.
Okay.
The way that you say Inglourious is your second pick, yeah, Kill Bill. I think that would be my pick, because it's so epic in that it's 2 volumes. So they had like that whole year to be like, well, what's going to happen or whatever, you know what I mean? Because she doesn't obviously get to him until the finale of the second film.
Yeah, I don't think he even makes an on-screen appearance in the first volume. No. I think you just see maybe him from behind, or his. I know you see his arms in a scene where he's talking to Daryl Hannah on the phone. And you see him kind of playing with the sword, and at the very end, when Sophie's in the hospital, you kind of see his hands on her shoulders. But I don't think you don't see his face at all in volume 1.
Yeah, so. I just loved this film, and I loved how they were able to pull it off, because it still stands the test of time. I think even now, watching it, even just the dialogue and like you said, that opening with Vivica A. Fox, I love it. And there's like even a little, if I'm not mistaken, she does a call back to Pulp Fiction, when in the kitchen, where she's like, she's like, I think that we're even now, or whatever. And she's like, no, to be even, I would have to kill you, wait for your husband to get home, kill him, go up to your daughter's room, kill her, and that would be even. That'd be about square.
Yeah, she does the square thing with her fingers. That's a callback to Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
That I'm talking like. The beginning that I'm referring to is like the very beginning of the movie. The Vivica Fox fight is great. That's really what kicks off the movie. But I mean, like before the credit sequence, even when it just opens up on Uma Thurman's like face as she's like beaten and bloodied on the floor, and you hear the David Carradine dialogue, and then he shoots her. But it's like you're not expecting that, and it's just like the brutality of like that headshot.
Yeah, which.
Like, boom.
And they show the bullet, right inside the chamber.
Yeah,
is that the?
I don't think that's at the beginning. It shows it later on.
Okay.
Like later on in the film, but no, it's just that shot of her and like the blood splatter like coming out of the side of her head.
And that's in black and white as well. Right?
That's in black and white. Yeah, whether that was intentional or a way to get through the MPA, I don't know for sure.
And they do the. My Baby Shot Me Down.
Yeah, the Nancy Sinatra song.
Yeah.
By the way, we were talking about the soundtrack during when we were talking about Jackie Brown. This is a really cool soundtrack, because this was the first time that Tarantino had used the Morricone music in his soundtracks. And I had always loved Morricone because I was way into the spaghetti westerns, like the Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns, the Sergio Leone westerns. And to hear it like used in a different context, in like a different type of movie, I thought was very, very cool.
Yeah.
I don't think that Morricone was necessarily a fan of Quentin Tarantino taking it out of context, but I thought that made it very cool to see it. But it's also got like some RZA beats.
Yeah, he composed a lot of the stuff on there, right?
Yeah, and that's cool. And like the Nancy Sinatra song at the beginning, and the song, the piece of music that's in the trailer when they're walking into the House of Blue Leaves is very cool. What you got? Swamp Facts?
Yes. So I'm sure you know this, but Tarantino actually offered the script and the role of the bride to Uma for her 30th birthday. It was like a gift.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
I did hear that. I also know that I think she was pregnant just before they were ready to start filming. I think she became pregnant, and Tarantino waited.
Held off.
Yeah. Maybe that's why there was such a big gap between Jackie Brown and Kill Bill as well.
Okay, so the next one, I think it's $60,000 dollars was used just for swords and accessories on the set of this film. Like from the budget, yeah, that's what they took to create the weapons.
Well, that's a lot lower than I would have expected.
Because they look good.
Yeah. Whoever did the weapon work on the film, they look great.
Yeah, as far as my Swan facts, that's the only the couple that I have. I don't know if maybe you have some off the top of the dome or anything else you want to get into.
Well, we touched on the Morricone music. There's a couple homages in the film to obviously spaghetti westerns. Even though I think the second film, the Volume 2, actually has more of a spaghetti western feel to it.
Yes,
because this has like the kung fu and the samurai feel to it. But there's a movie with Lee Van Cleef called Death Rides a Horse that they pull a music cue from, a Morricone music cue from, that plays when she's about to have the showdown with Oren in the House of Blue Leaves, and also like when the screen flashes red.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that's an homage to Death Rides a Horse, and obviously the yellow and black jumpsuit is a Bruce Lee homage from Game of Death.
Uh-huh.
And I always thought that was really cool too, because I was a big Bruce Lee fan.
And the fucking Tai Chi shoes that marketing, whoever did that, man, that was smart, because I'm sure a lot of people went out and bought those, because I think they were like wrestling shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
I also they make a joke about it in Volume 2. But I like how they're the crazy 88, even though there's not 88 of them. And I'll save the joke for when we talk about Volume 2. But I always thought that was pretty funny. But man, just like the samurai action, there's a part where she's fighting the guys, I think, upstairs, and the screen changes to blue, and you just see her silhouette fighting. Mm-hmm. That was an homage to a movie called Samurai Fiction. I think the opening credit sequence, I think, does that, where it changes color and it's just like a silhouette of a samurai fighting these guys, and that's where that scene takes. That's where Tarantino takes that scene from. Isn't
it towards the end?
It's like once they get upstairs, she fights a couple of guys upstairs,
and it's just like behind the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like a blue backdrop, and all you see is the silhouettes.
And then you end up seeing the little guy. And
when the lights come on.
This is what you get for fucking around Yakuza. Man. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's great. I remember seeing that for the first time in the theater and loving that. And I should point out that my parents that didn't like Pulp Fiction loved Kill Bill, and that always surprised me because it's super violent.
Yeah, it's like nothing but violence. It's worse, probably. But they have the whole redemption thing, and I feel like people eat that up, or can eat that up, because there's like a purpose, and that's what Tarantino is usually good at, is that it's all kind of justified, at least within his universe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Guys, there's so much material to cover. I think we're going to have to break this up into 2 parts. So this is going to flood into next week, and we'll have Chris back with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a good place to cut it. We're going to cut it just like Kill Bill. This is Volume 1 of the Tarantino Show. Next week will be Volume 2 of the Tarantino Show.
And we'll talk about like his last, his more, I guess, recent endeavors. And so, yeah, I hope you guys have had fun listening to us chatter about this American filmmaker.
We should have James back next week, too, right?
Yeah, he'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't forget to tune in. This should be available Friday, so happy Friday, everybody. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and rate us. You can email us at swan619 at gmail.com. So it's Swann, SWANN 619 at gmail.com. Hit us up with maybe recommendations, or if you want to tell us that we suck, or if you want to tell us how awesome you think we're doing, just let us know. Give us a shout out. Until next time, we'll see you guys next week with some more Tarantino fun.
Absolutely. I'll be back.
And thank you, Chris, man, for showing up and making time for the show. And it's been a pleasure. I can't wait till next time.
Thank you. Well, I had a lot of fun. I'll definitely be back whenever you want.
Cool. Well, next week.
I will be back next week to talk some more Tarantino movies.
All right.
Because I have so much to say about Death Proof.
Oh yeah,
I'm savage Death Proof.
I can't wait for that, to be honest. Even though I'm a fan of the film, I want to hear it. All right, guys. Thank you, and until next week, have a good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.